But I guess one of the things that had sort of jump-started this was I had read Jeanette Winterson's Written on the Body, and that had made a huge impact on me. And I was trying to figure out some way of writing a protagonist who could be any gender or both genders or something like that. I was trying to do that. I failed.
The idea of the conceptual art animal wrangler was really just in and of itself, just such a wonder. And I actually, a lot of things in the book are like that, which are just like, could this be real? Several of the ones I looked up were, including the opening sentence, which we have a question asking you to reveal. And I think you should, because all anybody has to do is open the book to find it. So, but the art wrangler, so, you know, she does things like transporting Joseph Beuys's coyote into the gallery or feeding Nam June Paik's goldfish. And, but it made me wonder, all these things that seem like they're real, but are right on the edge of real, that you must have been collecting them, you know, from the realm of your life all along, because some of them also date back a ways. And I wondered, is this book itself really a still life, as the title would tell us, which, you know, an artistic arrangement of found objects? Or is it, or respond to that? Or is that the most pretentious thing I've ever said?
No, I think you're right. I think that is, it never occurred to me until you said it, but I think that's exactly what it is. It's just, it's an artistic arrangement of found objects. Basically, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things that happen in the book, I mean, you know, they all take place in different eras. I mean, Beuys did the thing with the coyote in '74, which is, you know, may very well be before the narrator was even born. I really don't know, because I don't know how old she is. But there's no way that somebody could have worked on that and could have worked on some of these other pieces.
Right.
But she's unreliable to begin with, which is, you know, a great excuse for a writer. Just say, oh, I have an unreliable narrator. And yes, it's a way that time has just sort of stopped. So something that happened in '74 could have just happened the same time as something that happened in 1999 or something that happened much more recently.
But it's not just you know, an assemblage of objects. It's also an artful construction. And one of the things that I wondered about, because it's like a novel. I mean, it's made with characters and scenes and dialogue and, you know, like a novel. But yet it doesn't really have a plot, which the book itself tells us sort of halfway through. So I wondered, you know, the book does go into this a little, but I would like to hear you talk about your thoughts about plot as a reader and a writer.
Oh, I'm against it. I have issues with plot. I don't think I read for plot. I'm very happy with books that meander, or things that are just character studies. I recognize that this is, people want a plot, and when I've written novels, I've struggled to actually create a plot. Usually after the fact, I go back and I figure out things and then I rewrite it. For this, my excuse was that this thing was so short. Once I realized that it was a novella and not a novel, and that it really was just a monologue. I mean, essentially the entire book is a monologue. Then I kind of gave myself that sort of excuse, and that it's not so much plot as the emotional trajectory of the narrator, that she starts in one place and she goes to another place, as you would in the theater, as you would if you were watching this as a play. I mean, that would be an acceptable arc for a play. Why can't it be acceptable arc for fiction? I mean, I think it is.